Hello and welcome back to Random Motorcycle Simulator. We are up here today on a beautiful day up here on Mount Chiliad and San Andreas, and we've got one of these Western baggers here. We're gonna go take her for a spin and see what she does now, man. So this is the a Honda Shadow. It is on loan to me. A Honda Shadow Aero, I should be specific. It is on loan to me. While my Royal Enfield is on loan to another individual. So we're going to take this thing up here and see how crappily it handles. I mean, I had a Kawasaki Vulcan before, so it's pretty much exactly the same bike. I think this Aero model might be a little bit longer. Just because, man, turning this thing is not not easy at all. But I got the street cred, man. Is all that chrome, it's beautiful. And this guy, I want to know how this guy got up here with all those switchbacks. Like, look at me, stalling it like a pro. I'd say this is a terrible idea, and this is something that you should never ever do. Take an unfamiliar bike on an unfamiliar road with a bunch of switchbacks and like million-foot drops.
How does this go?
So I think I'm on the California side, and I don't know, I'm at probably 7,000 something feet. Oh, good man. Coming, it wasn't so bad getting up, but man, coming down. Well, no, I should say coming up with some of these turns, man. I'm glad I practiced my figure eights in the parking lot, or I swear I would have gone off these freaking mountainside.
What the fuck? Damn it! I'm dying.
I've been out here for like a year now, and I never came up to Lake Tahoe for no reason. I don't know. But yeah, beautiful day, beautiful scenery. I mean, it's been a while since I've been on these types of roads, man. Oh man, but yeah, make sure you take it all in and don't fly off the side. Let's do say about this bike, these V-twin cruisers, they'll lean if you're not scared of leaning them. They can always go farther than you think you can, which, I mean, even on these switchbacks, I didn't scrape the pegs once, so that just goes to show you that I still could have gone farther over. Now, it's a pretty sketchy feeling, though, especially on this bike. I mean, you have that, I don't know what you'd call it, that it's not a fishtail, quite, but you know your ass end is hanging out. And you know if you lean a little bit too much more, you're going to be in the pavement. So, that was pretty much it, you know. I was just kind of worried about, you know, basically eating shit on the way down and busting my ass. And then looking like an idiot in front of all these lovely people here. So you can look at the dumbass that skidded down the mountain on sideways. I do have to say, if I was up here on the Bullet, I don't think I would have had a problem. Just because of the way that the Bullet steering was set up. Because the guy that set up the bike originally, like he's into sport bikes, so he had like, the whole thing was kind of really nicely balanced and whatnot. So yeah, getting on this thing is a little bit of a difference. if you're gonna go to these tourist places or ride through them, you just gotta be prepared for it. Also, prepared for small children and people just darting onto the road without looking, as usual. So, why am I riding this bike? Well, I had an individual that wanted me to kind of fix it up and was interested in the bullet. So I said, sure, let's swap for a little bit and see how things go. And to be honest, I was kind of craving the V-twin sensation. It's been a while since I had a proper V-twin in between my legs, and man, that fart when you start the motor, that cures what ails you. So I'm trying not to mess up his bike. Although I changed the shaft drive oil. Well, I don't know why. People, if you have a shaft drive bike, you still got to change the oil. It takes like 5 minutes. I mean, this was the one thing with the Goldwing. I swear, in 60,000 miles, that oil had not been changed once, because it came out of there nice and thick. I mean, it was not quite like A1 steak sauce, but it was almost that. So please change your shaft drive oil. Just get one of those big old bottles. It costs like $8 at Walmart. I think this bike was 80 to 90 W weight oil. So yeah, and it takes like 5 minutes. And just do it every time you do an oil change or something like that. Especially on this bike. I mean, this bike will run forever. One thing I don't like about this bike I've never liked them on any bike really, are these rectangular mirrors. I don't know why. I just don't like them. I like the circular mirrors. They just provide a better picture for me. I don't know why. They just look weird. And I don't know, they're missing something. Gotta get used to riding with the windshield again. I mean, it's a nice day. It's like probably like 75 degrees up here in the mountains. So of course there's no humidity. One thing I do like that this guy did to this bike is these two little dials. He added a little clock and a little temperature gauge thing. Not for the bike, just ambient temperature, which, I mean, alright, time and temperature, that's good, but the clock is awesome. Just because it's awesome to actually have a functioning analog clock on this bike. I swear, this is one of the things it's just the thing with all bikes. It doesn't matter what type of bike you're riding. It just seems like there's people. It's just like a primal thing. Like, people see a bike and they want to go faster around it. Like, it doesn't matter how fast you're going to be going 100 miles an hour. They want to go 105. So yeah, I was going up and down these mountains around, like, I'd say 40 to 60, depending on, and of course, it never fails. It's like that scene in Dumb and Dumber. You'll have that train of cars following you. It doesn't matter. You could go 70 down the freaking mountain. They will still follow you at 70 and want to pass you. So I just pull over, let those idiots go, because I don't need them. I don't, especially on switchbacks like these. If their brakes don't work, I don't want to be their front bumper. But anyways, that's just one of those things. I gotta say, I like this bike. It's just bringing back memories of the Vulcan. And the Vulcan I had one of those Kirkin hyperchargers on it, which it did its job at the expense of your mile per gallon. I think somewhere it was ending up like maybe 35 miles per gallon, but it hauled ass, which was you gotta have some downside. This, I think, is pretty much all stock. stock pipes. It's, you know, got the rumble, but it's not that ear-splitting rumble. Everything else is stock on this. I mean, even the seat is stock, and dear God, the seat is horrible. Like, I mean, this is a bad seat. I mean, I really think that a freaking piece of wood would be more comfortable. I don't understand. I never understood this. That, like, why do they make the stock seat on, like, every type of bike, pretty much? Other than, like, you know, sports and, like, some of those. Why are they so bad? Like, just, why? I don't understand. But, yeah, that would be something I would definitely change. Just because, like, you could spend, like, maybe 40 minutes on this bike tops before you got to get off of it. Which is that's no fun. Of course, I've been spoiled because I had the TT250, which that was an amazing seat. The Goldwing was an amazing seat. With the Bullet, that seat is weird because if you sit down center on it, it's kind of annoying. But if you lean back right into like that little crevice right between the pillion seat and the edge of the saddle, like that is where all the spring tension is, and if you put your butt there, it's actually kind of perfect to ride. I kind of wish I was like a bigger channel, just so I could, you know, go and ride more different types of bikes, just because every bike is different. But anyways, I mean, this bike really is like a Toyota Corolla, I guess, of bikes. I mean, well, of cruisers. I mean, it's a Toyota Corolla of bikes. I mean, it's the type of thing that this has got like 21,000 miles on it, and it's going strong. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's the type of thing that it'll just run forever. I'm actually surprised at how like relatively clean it is. It's a 2006, and except for some minor rust pitting on some of the bolts, like, and of course, you know, the dust. But other than that, it's pretty much pristine. There are some scrapes on the rear skirted fender, so I guess at some point somebody dropped this. First Honda Cruiser that I've ridden. I've ridden a bunch of standards. I rode the Nighthawk, the CB 550, Magna. Yeah, don't underestimate the Magna. And the GZ was Suzuki. So I've ridden that share of world bikes. Gotta get a sport bike next. I mean, I don't know. But see, I have a feeling like if I go into that world, I'd never come back in more ways than one. But yeah, I mean, the Goldwing is just about together. I installed a new LED hot light, like a really good light. I guess I'll post a video on that. It's one of those more expensive quality headlight turn signal deals, but that bike is pretty much ready to go. I'm building myself up. I want to do long distance, more touring stuff. I don't know that I'll do it this year. Maybe I'll take a longer trip, but I don't even know where I'm going to go. Four Corners area, either down south or up north. I guess. I mean, maybe I need some of that pineage, man. Freaking Washington State. Something like that. I have to figure out where. I don't even know where to go. Maybe I should go see the Grand Crack, the Grand Canyon, because I didn't go see that yet. But just need a bike to do it. Looks like it's gonna be that Goldwing, unless maybe that guy will let me borrow this and put some ridiculous amount of miles on it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!